Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American numismatics, the iconic 1981 Liberty 1-cent coin from the United States of America. This seemingly ordinary penny hides an extraordinary story and a jaw-dropping market value that has collectors around the world talking. Before we get into the incredible value and rarity of this coin, let's rewind a little and explore the rich history behind the Liberty 1 cent. The United States has been producing pennies since the late 18th century, and over the decades, the penny has become one of the most recognized symbols of American currency. The Liberty design pays homage to the foundational principles of freedom and independence that the nation was built upon. The 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin continues this proud tradition. Made primarily of copper-plated zinc, this penny is part of a long line of coins that have seen millions pass through the hands of Americans daily. But what makes the 1981 edition so special? After all, billions of pennies were minted that year. Here's the fascinating part. Among the millions of pennies minted in 1981, a very rare version of this coin exists, one so unique that it has captivated collectors and investors alike. This particular penny is recognized not only for its immaculate condition but also for a rare minting error that has turned a humble cent into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Numismatists, that's coin experts for you, have studied this penny extensively. The coin's condition is flawless, with perfectly preserved details, and it's believed to have survived decades without losing any of its original mint luster. What really pushes its value to the stratosphere is the rarity combined with an error or a unique characteristic that only a handful of these pennies share. Currently, the market value of this rare 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin has skyrocketed to an unbelievable $4 million. Yes, you heard that right, $4 million for a penny. It's a staggering figure, especially when you consider that the average penny in circulation is worth exactly 1 cent. The answer lies in a combination of factors: rarity, condition, demand, and provenance. First, only a tiny number of these pennies exist in the flawless, mint condition state needed to attract serious collectors. Second, the coin's history and unique minting characteristics create a story that collectors want to be a part of. Third, the demand for rare coins has increased as more people view coin collecting as a valuable investment, much like art or gold. Auctions for rare coins like this have attracted bidders from around the globe, driving prices higher and higher. Collectors often pay millions because these coins are not just currency. They are pieces of history, art, and culture, tangible connections to America's past. Imagine holding this tiny piece of history in your hand, a coin that has survived for over 40 years, untouched and pristine, with a value that rivals luxury cars and real estate. The 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin is a true testament to the magic and mystery hidden in everyday objects. If you're a coin collector, or just someone fascinated by incredible stories of hidden treasure, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our amazing coin discoveries. Also, let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin in your pocket change or if you're hoping to get your hands on one of these legendary pennies. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the fascinating history and incredible value of the 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin, a tiny coin with a huge story and an even bigger worth. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, where we uncover the hidden treasures and incredible stories buried deep within the pocket change we so often overlook. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, because today, we're diving into a coin that could change your life forever, the Liberty 1 cent 1982 United States coin. Grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and get ready to journey through American history, rare numismatic facts, and a mind-blowing value that might just make you check your coin jar tonight. Did you know that a small copper penny from 1982 could hold secrets worth up to $9 million? That's right. This ordinary-looking cent could be the key to extraordinary fortune. But before you rush to your drawer to find one, let's unravel the story behind this fascinating piece of American currency. Our story begins in the early 1980s, a time when America was riding the wave of economic shifts, cultural change, and rapid modernization. In 1982, something monumental happened in the world of United States coinage. The humble 1-cent coin, often called the Lincoln cent, underwent a transformation that left collectors buzzing for decades. To understand why, we need to rewind even further back to 1909, the year the Lincoln cent was first minted. President Theodore Roosevelt, a champion of art and national pride, wanted American coins to look as majestic as the country they represented. The result? The introduction of the Lincoln cent, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, who captured Abraham Lincoln's profile so iconically that it still graces our pennies over a century later. Fast forward to 1982, the United States Mint faced an economic dilemma. The cost of copper had skyrocketed due to global demand and economic shifts. Producing 1-cent coins using almost pure copper was becoming more expensive than the face value of the coin itself, so, in a quiet but historic move, the mint decided to change the composition of the penny mid-year. The old pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, but from 1982 onward, they shifted to a cheaper composition, a core of 99.2% zinc with a thin copper plating. This subtle yet drastic change means that 1982 pennies exist in two distinct versions, the classic heavy copper ones and the lighter zinc ones. And here's where the magic happens for collectors. Because the switch happened mid-production, some 1982 cents carry transitional errors, unique variations, and minting anomalies that make them extremely valuable to this day. First, the composition split. This was one of the few times in modern U.S. minting history that the metal content of a coin changed so drastically within the same year. To add to the confusion and excitement for collectors, there are 7 different recognized varieties of the 1982 penny. These variations depend on whether the coin is large date or small date, struck in copper or zinc, and the mint mark, whether it came from Philadelphia, Denver, or no mint mark at all. A particularly interesting aspect is the transitional error. In rare cases, some coins struck in 1982 were made with the wrong metal planchet. For example, a copper penny struck when the mint had already switched to zinc, or vice versa. These errors can push a penny's worth into the thousands, or in this remarkable story, even millions. Now, let's talk about the everyday value of the Liberty 1-cent 1982 in circulation. Millions upon millions of these coins were produced, so most of them still carry their face value of 1 cent if they're ordinary. You can still find them jingling in your change, stashed in old jars, or lying at the bottom of a desk drawer. However, due to their age and metal content, copper 1982 pennies are slightly more valuable for their melt value than their face value. A copper penny from 1982 contains about 2.5 grams of copper, which can be worth about 2 to 3 cents in raw metal value alone, depending on the market. Of course, melting pennies is illegal, so their true legal value in everyday use remains 1 cent, but when we step into the world of collectors and numismatics, the value can skyrocket. Well cared for 1982 pennies, especially those with rare errors, pristine conditions, or unique characteristics, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For example, a high-grade uncirculated 1982 copper large-date penny can be worth up to $15 or more, while certain transitional errors have fetched tens of thousands at auction. Now, brace yourself. Here's where the story gets truly astonishing. Rare versions of the Liberty 1-cent 1982, especially those with perfect mint state conditions, major transitional errors, or unique historical significance, can command mind-blowing prices. Some collectors and enthusiasts claim that a unique version of this coin, with a dramatic error or one-of-a-kind feature, could fetch a market value of up to $9 million today. Imagine holding a simple penny that could pay off your house, buy your dream car, send your kids to college, and leave you with a lifetime of financial freedom, all because you took the time to check your spare change. Check the weight. Use a precise digital scale. A copper 1982 penny weighs about 3.11 grams, while a zinc version weighs around 2.5 grams. If you find an anomaly, that's your first clue. Inspect the date. Look for small date versus large date differences. Small date pennies are generally rarer for some mint marks. Examine mint marks. A D below the date means it was minted in Denver. No mint mark means Philadelphia. Look for mint errors. Off-center strikes, double dies, or transitional errors are gold for collectors. Check the condition. Coins in mint state condition, MS65 or higher, are much more valuable than worn, circulated ones. If you think you've found something special, don't clean it. That can ruin its value. Instead, get it graded by a professional coin grading service. The Liberty 1 cent 1982 United States coin is more than just a piece of metal. It's a fascinating piece of American history, a symbol of economic evolution, and for a lucky few, a hidden treasure worth up to $9 million. So tonight, when you empty your pockets, take a closer look at those pennies. That ordinary coin might just be the extraordinary find you've been waiting for. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the secrets of the 1982 Liberty 1 cent, smash that like button and share this video with fellow treasure hunters. Have you ever found a rare coin? Tell us your story in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories about rare coins, hidden treasures, and numismatic gems. Until next time, keep searching, stay curious, and remember, sometimes, the greatest treasures come in the smallest packages. We dive deep into the fascinating world of coins and currency. If you're passionate about coin collecting or just love discovering hidden treasures in your pocket change, then you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about a coin that may look ordinary but can be worth a fortune. The 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin. Yes, that little penny could be your ticket to big money, so make sure to watch this video till the end because we're going to reveal everything, from its history, the massive numbers minted, rare errors, and the huge value it can hold today in the collector's market. Let's begin. The 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, carries a lot more significance than most people realize. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, a design that has been used since 1909. But here's where it gets interesting. 1983 was a major turning point in the U.S. penny's history. Just 1 year earlier, in 1982, the composition of the cent changed dramatically. Until mid-1982, pennies were made mostly of copper. But due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint decided to switch to a cheaper material. So, by 1983, all Lincoln cents were being struck using a zinc core with a thin copper plating, making them lighter and more affordable to produce. This composition shift marked a new era for the humble penny. That makes 1983 the first full year that all circulating 1 cent coins were made entirely from copper-plated zinc, and this fact makes it an important year for collectors. In 1983, the U.S. Mint struck Lincoln cents at 2 main locations: Philadelphia Mint. These coins carry no mint mark and over 7.75 billion of them were produced. Denver Mint. These coins carry a small D mint mark under the date, and a whopping 6.47 billion were minted. That's more than 14 billion coins in total. So you might be thinking, how can something so common be worth anything? Well, hold on, because the value of the 1983 penny comes from something far more exciting: Rare errors and variations. Here's the golden ticket. Even though all 1983 pennies were supposed to be made of zinc, a few were accidentally struck on old copper planchets. Yes, you heard that right. That means some 1983 Lincoln cents were made using the wrong metal, copper instead of zinc. These rare errors are known as 1983 copper pennies, and they are extremely valuable. Collectors go wild for these mistakes because they're not supposed to exist. And when something that rare turns up in circulation, it becomes a holy grail for coin hunters. To find out if you have one of these, simply weigh your penny. A regular 1983 zinc penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. A rare 1983 copper penny will weigh about 3.1 grams. If you have one that weighs 3.1 grams, get it professionally authenticated immediately. You might be holding a coin worth thousands of dollars. The 1983 Lincoln cent also includes some rare and valuable error coins. 1983 double die. Reverse DDR. This is one of the most famous and collectible errors for this year. You can spot this error by looking closely at the back of the coin. You'll see clear doubling on the words 1 cent and e pluribus unum. These coins in excellent condition can sell for $200 to over $1,000, depending on their grade. Off-center strikes, die cracks, and bubbles. Some 1983 pennies were misstruck, causing parts of the design to be off-center or show cracks. Others might show gas bubbles under the copper plating, a side effect of the new zinc material. These types of errors can fetch anywhere from $50 to several $100s, depending on severity and condition. Now let's talk about what you really want to know. How much is a 1983 penny worth today? Here's a breakdown. Circulated normal 1983 penny, no errors 1 cent, or face value. Uncirculated mint state coins, MS-60 to MS-65 between 10 cents and $5 depending on luster and preservation. 1983 doubled. Die reverse. Between $150 and $1,200 depending on grade. 1983 copper penny error. These have sold at auction for over $15,000, and in one famous case, a 1983 copper cent graded MS-62 brown by NGC sold for nearly $23,500. Yes, that's correct. A single penny that should not exist ended up being worth more than $20,000. So it's time to start checking your change, your piggy bank, or that old jar of coins in the attic. You never know what treasure you might be sitting on. To wrap it all up, the 1983 Liberty 1 cent may seem common, but it holds incredible value for those who know what to look for. Whether it's a rare copper error or a double die variety, these coins have the potential to be worth hundreds, even thousands, of dollars. So don't underestimate the power of a penny. It could change your life. If you found this video helpful or interesting, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this. We post regular content on rare coins, currency tips, and how to spot hidden value in everyday pocket change. Also, comment below if you have any interesting finds. Who knows, your coin might be featured in our next video. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy coin hunting!